All right, here we are.
All right, so Chris Cornewll is on your left. He is playing Sneak Attack Show and Tell Emrakul, and on your right is Jimmy, which is playing Blue White Stoneforge. I'm Brad Nelson.
And I'm Jacob Van Lunen.
And this is the Brad Van Lunen Show.
That's what it is.
That's what we're here for. This is round 8 of the Legacy Open in Richmond, Virginia. This is the last round of Swiss, so these players are fighting for top 8. It's stressful. Fighting for top 8 is always just one of the most exciting matches. All right, so Chris leads it off with a Scalding Tarn. This is probably going to be... What is he going to play? He's just going to suspend a Visions, correct?
Yeah. He's cracking that on turn 1, then he's suspending a Visions.
Okay, all right, Yes, that's correct. Actually, no.
Oh, no, it's the wrong person. He's pondering.
Yeah, okay.
He's the show and tell player.
Chris is the show and tell. All right, we got it figured out.
Sorry. All of a sudden it was like,
pondering.
what?
All right, so Chris on your left is show and tell. He's pondering right now, trying to set up a fast sneak attack or show and tell to get Progenitus, Woodfall Primus, or Emrakul attacking his opponent.
Yeah, now, interesting note, if any of you watched the coverage of Louisville, Kentucky's Legacy Open when Chris Cronenberger won, Chris Cronenberger was wearing the same shirt that Jimmy Cholewa is wearing right now.
How do you know this?
I just remember.
That's ridiculous. I want proof. I want to see the picture of him in that shirt. All right, so Chris is going to shuffle up and take a random card off the top off the ponder.
Ah.
All right. I think he just hit Ancient Tomb. That seems like a good land for that deck.
Yeah, that's definitely got to be a really good land right there.
All right, so Jimmy is going to sack a land, probably suspend a Visions.
Oh, no, it's not the same. It's close.
I mean,
so,
that's enough props. I'm not gonna lie. Like, that's close enough to remember.
Now,
all right.
The suspended Visions. Visions is one of the cards that's banned in Modern, a new format.
It's too good.
Very powerful spell. Maybe Jimmy took note of that and thought, I'm going to play that card. That card's so good to get banned.
And along with Jason Stoneforge Mystic.
He's playing a lot of cards that
Mental
are banned.
Misstep.
Yeah. This deck is unplayable in Modern.
Very true. All right, Brainstorm is going to get Mental Misstepped.
And that's really good of Jimmy to know that he just needs to use his missteps aggressively.
Oh, I mean, what else are you going to hit? Like,
yeah.
Brainstorm seems like the kind of card you want to hit with that.
Oh, yeah, I mean, you always snap, get a Brainstorm.
Especially, I think he has a Force backup, too. And because he's suspending Visions, he wants to be able to go 1 for 1. All right, Brainstorm is in response to Brainstorm. Is he really going to force a Brainstorm? I think that's a little aggressive.
Yes, that's very aggressive. Oh, whoa. He did.
All right, he is forcing a Brainstorm.
Okay.
See, I just can't pull the trigger on things like that.
Yeah, that's a lot of cards.
I mean, there's so many powerful things that decks can do. Like, why waste 2 cards on his one that is just gonna fix him up a little? He's already pondered, and I mean, I guess he shuffled, but it's just very aggressive. All right, so did he hit a land so he can spend the next Visions? He did not. So what is that? Spell Snare, Jace, and a Vendilion Click?
Yep. So.
All right, so let's see if Chris has a Season Song. No, he's just going to show and tell. All right, show and tell is going to resolve because that Force didn't. All right, he's going to put Jace into play.
See what card Chris is going to drop on the battlefield right now.
Yeah, I mean, we know Jim is going to drop his Jason the Mind Sculptor, but something's happening right now. I think the judge is looking at the card. I don't know why.
Well, you can't drop a Jason to play with it.
You can't drop a Jason to play with Show and Tell?
No, it's artifact, creature, land, or enchantment.
Oh, that changes.
Yep.
I thought you could drop a Planeswalker.
Those were all of the permanent types when it was printed, so...
I thought it just said put a permanent into play.
Well, cards back then used to like specify each type that they interacted with, because the word permanence wasn't really used.
The things you know? Alright, so I've been dealing click against Progenitus. I feel like one races the other pretty well.
Yeah, Progenitus has the advantage here.
I mean, he doesn't have an out to it, right?
No.
No.
He's dead.
Yeah. But he's going to keep fighting. Fight the good fight. It just says go.
I guess maybe he's hoping Chris forgets to attack. No, Chris remembered to attack. Jimmy's down to 6. And,
I mean, let's be serious. Progenitus is no angel of despair. It's not even close. Alright. Jimmy scoops it up. Chris takes game 1. Doesn't show Sneak Tech. I really want to see an Emrakul come in with haste.
yes, that's the most exciting thing.
Yeah.
Because then you're supposed to sacrifice everything.
And they go down to like 2. The game's still active, but they don't have anything.
I've seen this Chris character at a lot of these events.
Have you?
And,
Is he
I'm
a
really
character?
happy to. What? I mean, he looks like he's from that movie, The Warriors. You know, Warriors with Sean Penn. Or I don't think that's actually Sean Penn, but it's the guy that looks like Sean Penn that's in the B movie Warriors. You know what I'm talking about?
I don't.
Warriors, the movie with that guy who looks like Sean Penn.
I know what you're talking about now. I'm going to say Thunderdome. He looks like someone that if he watches this, I don't want him to meet me again. After saying he looks like the guy from the movie. He looks scary.
Thunderdome? Come on, man. Can't we just get beyond Thunderdome?
No. I mean, he's all game right now. He's going to be boarding in Red Elemental Blast, and that's what Massacre Worm.
That seems pretty awesome.
That's so sweet. Oh, you're comboing? No, you're not.
No, you're not anymore.
Nice Merfolk deck.
Massacre Worm's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, against like the creature decks, goblins. Yeah, you're gonna overrun my my Progenitus, aren't you? Not my Massacre Worm. I'm gonna wrath you. You're gonna die.
Yeah, actually, I wrote a building on a budget column where I was mass polymorphing into Pterostodon and a pair of Massacre Worms.
I remember hearing about this. That sounds really sweet.
Yeah, you just kill them. Like the Pterostodon, you stack it so that you destroy 3 non-land permanents, and then if they have 1 creature in play, or
They're
2 creatures in play who have 4 toughness or less, they're just dead. And if they're not, you just destroyed 3 of their permanents and put like tons of power on the board. And dealt them a ton of damage.
Yeah.
So sick.
So what if they live through that? What if they just untap Wrath?
Well, I mean, you're probably destroying their white sources if you're not like.
What if it's a mono white control deck?
It's pretty rough. Right? Like, yeah.
That's a
that just seems unreasonable. Yeah, like, I mean, what I was more worried about was like opponents who have Mana Leak in their deck. Let's be honest here.
No, the person that survives it and wraps you.
But Massacre Worm's sweet. I mean, anybody who's played with that card in Limited knows it's a bomb. I like all the patterns that Chris has going on.
I mean, he's definitely styling.
Yeah, man. He's awesome.
I want to hear his story. I bet it's pretty awesome, actually.
Yeah, I mean, I bet he's got like the best story. I hope he wins the tournament.
I mean, no,
awesome.
We gotta say Jimmy. Come on, he's wearing the shirt. He was wearing the shirt of a champion.
That's right. He is wearing a champion's shirt.
We can't just like call him out. Like, he's got to pull some weight. He's got to at least get us to game 3.
Oh yeah. No, I mean, don't get me wrong. I just want to see show and tell and sneak attack in the top 8.
Sure.
That's what I'm saying.
And show and tell through the breach.
The through the breach version, I don't think is still in contention.
I don't think it is either.
I mean, Blue-White Stoneforge is a pretty sweet deck, though.
Yeah.
The powerful deck. It interacts really well.
Yeah, it's either that or No Rug that I'd want to play. They both look like fun decks.
Yeah, like this is another deck that I feel like you would play really well. The Blue-White Stoneforge deck.
Mm-hmm. I want to play some Legacy.
Yeah, man. You should play Legacy.
I want to now, but Jeremy's making me like sit in this booth still.
I mean, just go over there, push the one kid out of his chair, and pick up his deck. His opponent will be like, no!
So in Seattle, Gavin was doing an interview, and I get like a 30-minute break, and I go over and I grab Nick Spagnola's deck. He's like, can I borrow your deck? He's like, and I'm like, give me your deck. I grab his deck. I go up to Alexander West. I'm like, play me in a game. And he's like, and I'm like, no, play me in a deck. I'm fiending for Magic. I must play right now.
This is the best. Yeah, when you're done with this, you think you'd be magicked out.
I get revitalized. Like, I want to play Magic now, real bad. All right, I don't know what's going on. Judges are just like high school bullies. They come up and look at them. They look like scared. They look so scared.
I mean, Chris looks scared.
I'm just kidding. He just looks really scared now. Like, what do you think happened?
I don't know. I think, I don't know. I think Jimmy might just be trying to tilt him or something.
For doing what?
I don't know. I don't think... I didn't see any foul play on either player's part, and I've been sitting here watching the whole time. We have the whole thing on camera. Yeah. So...
Wow, Chris looks sad now.
I think he just got, like, accused of something. That's not nice.
Not nice at all.
Oh. He does look sad now. Cheer up, Chris. You're on the verge of a top 8 berth.
I've never been into that. There's not many times that I will like try to mind game my opponent in a negative way.
Yeah, I don't like to do that either.
I mean, I did do it once, and it was wrong of me. It was like a player we were playing under the camera for the first time, playing for top 8, and he was like, "Are people watching us?" And I'm like, "A lot of people." He's like, "What if they see my mistakes? They'll correct you on it later." But it was more cheerful. It wasn't like trying to actually scare him, like in a negative way.
Yeah, like I read an article written by Lucas Xiao after he beat me in the finals of a PDQ.
Okay.
Oh.
All right. Yeah, there was possible talk of the game's outcome, and they instantly stopped it.
Okay.
Oops, shows him Riptide Laboratory. That was a fun card to play with.
Yeah, I love that card so much. At Worlds one year, I had no deck for Extended, and then I showed up at a bar, and Heezy and Nassif gave me a mono blue control deck with Riptide Labyrinth, and I've never played a better deck in Extended in my life.
My brother goes to his first Worlds. I'm not even there. He was on the Pro Tour before I was. He played 2 Pro Tours before I did. And he ends up just testing with Nassif for a couple hours. Like little kid dream, right? It's amazing.
Yeah.
But so we have...
Nassif's the best.
Yeah. Brainstorm into Sacrifice Land from Jimmy. And Chris is just on 2 lands. Yeah, and if anyone wants to know what was happening while the judge call happened, there's a lot of things you can and cannot talk about.
Yeah.
You can talk about prize splits. You can talk about conceding a game. You cannot talk about them together.
Yes.
at all. There's no collusion. You will get instantly DQ'd from a tournament, and judges are very strict on that. Just do not bring it up. Don't even do it. Just play your matches, play them sound, play them straight up.
Yep. So one of the reasons I don't split.
Yeah.
A lot of people split. I don't have any problem with it if people like to split, but
I've split one time, and that was finals of Amsterdam. I made a small split with Paul Reitzel. It's the only time. We had a percentage, and that's the only time I've ever done it. And
I mean, it's in the finals of a Pro Tour. That's a big money difference between first and second to play one match of Magic for. It's completely reasonable.
Oh, of course.
I mean, I've never been in the finals of a singles Pro Tour.
I have.
In my Pro Tour finals, there was a language barrier, so that wasn't really an option.
I've before tournament started with friends, I've given percentages. We've taken percentage of each other. It's always been with Tom Ross, and I've always chipped to him.
But he's so good.
We had a percentage of each other in DC and San Juan. I took first in top 8. He did not win a match.
I was there.
Yeah.
At both places. I was the one hanging out with Tom, rooting you on. We were like, yeah, go Brad!
All right. So Chris is taking his third turn. All right, let's see if he can pull a trigger on a show and tell. All right, that's a Lotus.
I think Jimmy has Spell Pierce.
This is to protect him from a daze, but he actually has the Spell Pierce.
Yeah.
Does the Mental Misstep coming out from Chris?
I don't know. Does he have it?
No. Oh. No, he does not. But he does have Red Elemental Blast. Reb for all you cool kids that say it.
Yeah. I've been calling it that for too long to call it anything else.
All right, so that's it. Says go. I learned about Reb from Gavin. He kept saying something about Reb, and I'm like, what's Reb? I was thinking he was talking about a deck. All right, so Jimmy's going to be able to untap and get a counter off of his Ancestral Visions. It's close to coming out, giving him 3 cards.
And that's pretty good.
Yeah.
So good, in fact, that it's been banned from the Modern format.
It has. I mean, that's the only questionable. I'm just so happy they got rid of Ellicott. I did not want to deal with Scape Shift and Dual Lands again.
Yeah, Valco would have been a little obnoxious with the Rav duels.
I bet that really, hurt Ben S. loving his Valakuts. All right, so he draws another land. He's got Wasteland Flooded, a Spellstutter Sprite, and a Force. Really needs that Ancestral to get some action moving. And Chris's hand, he's holding it really close to his chest, so I don't really know what action he does have. I mean, we do know he has an action spell because he already tried Show and Telling.
Yeah.
And I don't know do many players... All right, does he Spellstutter Sprite?
He must. He said okay, though.
Yeah. I wouldn't Spellstutter Sprite and leave your... That card doesn't kill you.
Force
yeah, that card doesn't kill you.
Complete Harbor Force, yeah.
I don't think many players would just run out of Show and Tell without any action card, trying to just get their opponent. That would take you knowing your opponent very well.
Yeah, that's like a pretty hard play to make.
All right, here's another Show and Tell. Do you think he's got Force?
Yeah, he has Force on the Spellstutter Sprite.
No, I'm saying Chris.
No, he only has 2 cards.
All right, so that goes away.
Yeah. And what did Chris draw?
Just a Mutavault.
Jimmy just drew a Mutavault, and
Vision's next turn, I think.
Yeah. And
one more turn.
One more turn.
Yeah, and
Stoneforge Mystic. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Allows him to apply a lot of pressure here. And
I think Jimmy made a mistake. He's beating himself up over something. Or Chris made a mistake, sorry.
I mean, being under the camera when you haven't been before can be difficult at times.
It's a little nerve-wracking, yeah. I remember first couple times it was pretty rough on me as well.
Yeah.
I mean, I still don't like.
First couple times for me, I mean, I felt okay about it because I was able to play footsie with Lockman, calm my nerves, you know what I mean?
The first time I was ever under live camera, which was Gigi's Live, in Grand Prix Minneapolis, I played against Yuya Watanabe after he smashed me the first time I played, and we were playing for top 8. I made a mistake, and it was the only reason I won. I'll tell the story later, but it's a great story.
All right, Jimmy wants to resolve an Ancestral Visions, and Chris gives him the go-ahead. All right.
Yeah, I think someone has to just tell Chris to just breathe.
Yeah. He looks like he's really nervous at this point.
Yeah. I mean, the whole earlier talking about the outcome of the game that almost got him in trouble, I think that might have shaken him up a little bit.
Yeah.
All right, so intuition resolves. Does he have an answer? Did Jimmy draw?
I don't
I think
so.
he has
I
a
think
mental misstep and a sword.
And
he does have a Jace, though.
yeah, but he can just sneak attack and Emrakul. Then it's pretty hard to
do anything with 0 permanence in play.
Yeah.
I mean, if that's what happens, that's match. If he has the extra land,
doesn't he have it in play? Isn't that Scalding Tarn right there?
what?
Isn't that a Scalding Tarn right there?
Yeah, but I guess you can just play it and it can just sit there for a turn.
Yeah.
I guess you don't actually have to have 5 mana for it. That's just preferred. All right.
I think you just got to run it out there, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming you do. Even if you don't have the land drop.
Yeah, just because then like you can't get countered. All right, yeah, I think that's what's going on here. Scalding Tarn, he's gonna get a Volk.
And having 2 sources of red is important in case he chop decks or wasteland.
Yep.
Just so you can at least activate it once. Maybe he's got a couple monsters hiding in his hand.
Yeah. And I mean, a sneaky Emrakul may be looming. And go for it. No, passes.
Why would he sack his land and then just pass? Just he's lots of things going through his head.
I thought he passed. I don't know, maybe he didn't.
Yeah, I don't think he did. I think he's just like.
Okay. Yeah, I saw that. I saw like a weird.
Yeah,
motion.
whenever you see.
He might be like a little. He looks like he's an animated guy.
Yeah.
And. Yeah.
All right, upkeep sacrificing, trying to find answers. He doesn't have a spell to get that off the board. I guess if he boarded in Oblivion Ring, which could have possibly.
Yeah, I imagine he will if he's show and telling,
Let's
right?
try to see if he has any. All right, didn't see any there.
Yeah, but if he sees all the show and tells from the game before, then he's gotta board an Oblivion Ring, right?
I would hope so.
Yeah.
I mean, what are they there for? All right, Chris's fate is in his own hands with shuffling Jimmy's deck.
Yeah. Yeah, let's see. That's a mental
just
misstep.
Another mental. He's got a ton of mental missteps in
He's
hand.
got 3 of them in hand.
Yeah, if you even drew a land, you would be able to play Jace and equip, but that's not possible.
Yeah.
Well, do you think he should have Jaced Brainstorm to try to find a land and an Oblivion Ring? Do you think that's just a better play? I like that line a little bit better. You might not get the equipment, and because he's going to have to discard one of his 3 cards, but I feel that you have a better chance of winning if you hit land Oblivion Ring. Like, just making him discard a random blue card doesn't seem that valuable. Because now if you draw Oblivion Ring, it's not going to do anything.
Yeah. Just doesn't do anything, you're right.
Yeah, I mean, your odds of winning this game are really slim right now anyway. Oh, he's Fate Sealing? He's hoping he doesn't have any guys, but you know he has an Emrakul or something because he was trying to show and telling.
Yeah.
So you know it's at least a guy. So maybe he's just hoping it's just like...
That looks like Emrakul to me.
And he's activating it again. And then Progenitus probably. Yeah, that's it. Chris takes it.
Chris takes it, and he's in the top 8. Man, that deck's awesome.
That's a big win. Yeah, every time I've seen it, it looks really sweet.